It's a strong statement considering the company it keeps. I'm just going to show you. There's a lot of there are a lot of very interesting cars on here, but considering the company it keeps, the car that is more likely to get me up an hour early on a Sunday morning is a Porsche 981 GT4 with a manual gearbox. The car behind me is a 2016 car with less than 10,000 miles on the clock in jet black. I'd like to show you around. So it's a 2016 car with very few miles on, less than 10,000 miles on the clock. And the 981 GT4, I think, is one of the best cars to have ever come out of Porsche. The engine being sat just in front of, just in front of the axle, and as low down in the chassis as it will go, gives you a really nice centre of balance. Of course, the 911 is situated here rather than here, which hangs the weight out of the back. But the Cayman has the engine sitting just forward of the rear axle, which makes it a mid-engine car. The GT engines are very robust. It's a flat six. It's got 380 brake horsepower, and it'll take this car up to a little over 180 miles an hour, which is pretty good for a car of this size and shape. It's a very focused car in that it's a firm ride on the suspension, beautifully balanced, beautifully set up. And if you are a real driver, someone who really likes to get a car by the scruff of the neck and get really involved in every aspect of driving it, fast or slow, then this is a car that's going to give you a real treat. Throw away the automatic gearbox. Why would you? You drive one of those every day. The car to take out on a Sunday morning, in my mind, has to have 3 pedals and a stick. So this car is in jet black. You've got the yellow badge from the GT4, and if I can just show you here, it's not sunny in any way outside, but just going to show you here, it's a really nice metallic colour. You've got a really nice lip spoiler here, which is also accented by this larger wing. Of course, that does give you a real downforce on the back end, which gives this car an awful lot of grip. You've got the twin tailpipes coming out of the back, and then you can see there as well, either side, the rear air splitter, which helps the aerodynamics of the car. "20-inch satin black wheels, again with more of this yellow GT4 detailing. And then you can see tucked in behind there, this is the rear wheel, is the carbon ceramic disc with a big 4-pot yellow calipers. And if I move to the front, where most of the braking happens, you'll see the front disc is huge. So one thing I always say is, if you want to know what a car's capable of, check out the discs. So these are vented, they're carbon ceramic, and they are gigantic. So the stopping power of this car is excellent. Not only is it excellent in stopping, but you can hit them again and again and again and again, and you don't get brake fade. There is a potential with steel brakes if you're working them really hard. And at the lower splitter down here, this section here is plastic, which you can get various options of gloss or carbon. If you are a spirited driver, the plastic makes an awful lot more sense, because of course stone chips generally come from the front, not the back or the sides. And carbon fibre is very expensive to replace or repair, and very difficult to repair. So specified well for somebody who really wants to get actively involved. Headlamps are excellent. Very few, all we've done is a wash and a clean with this car so far. Very little in terms of chips on the front, or very few rather. Overall, the paintwork is very nice. You can see the rear windows are slightly darker. If I go down through the panels, you can see there are no interruptions. Just nice clean lines, really nice strong reflection. If there are any issues in any of these panels, especially in black, you'd see. And again, that goes for the rear bumper as well. I just scan down through. You can see the reflection of the floor and the other cars really clearly. So it does still need to go through a full valet. We've got a few cars coming and going over the next week or so. But a really, really cool looking car and an amazing drive. The engine is sublime. It's really revvy. It's more robust than the standard Cayman S and the Cayman GTS. It's a different design engine. It's very revvy, as I say. It's very strong. It does take an awful lot of work and just seems to shrug it off. Gloss carbon interior package that you can see there. And you can also see we've got nice leather with a contrast yellow stitching, Alcantara in the center section, again with the contrast leather stitching. The handles in contrast leather as well, contrast yellow. Very nice condition, as you can see. GT4 insignia on the sealed tread plate. Really nice comfortable steering wheel. Now the steering wheel is Alcantara as well, so you've got a lot of grip in there. And not only that, but in the cold, it doesn't feel quite so chilly. It feels nice and warm in the cold, and it gives you a lot more grip in the summer at those times when your hands might be a little hot and sticky. You can see the leather extends to the binnacle. Again, more of that lovely, very neat contrast yellow stitching. More of the carbon fibre. And of course, 3 pedals, which is exactly what I would have with one of these. GT4 insignia embossed. And these are the carbon race seats, so you can see these are carbon, and they have holes here which will take race harnesses. So if you do find yourself on a track, the race harnesses and this roll cage in the back will give you added safety over and above what you need on the road. And they're incredibly light and have a lot of lateral support, because of course when you're racing, going around corners is really hard. These help to keep you upright in your seat, which gives you more control of what you're doing when you're driving. Fabulous. I'll just jump in. So mileage is actually 7288. It has a full Porsche main dealer service history. It is due a service, so we will have it serviced before we deliver to the new owner. If I just pop my foot on the clutch and start, that see service now has come up. We've had this car in storage, so we know how well it's been kept, and in storage, certainly with us, we are temperature controlled and humidity controlled, which is a lovely, lovely way of keeping a car. There's your sports chrono, which is a clock. It's also a lap timer. You've got the 3 screens here, so you've got a central rev counter, and then you've got a lever down here, which if I move up and down on the right hand side, you can now see we've got your navigation, so it'll duplicate what's on your navigation. This does have the navigation system and the Bluetooth phone system on it. But if I flick through the options, you can see trip computer, tire pressure monitors, sports chrono package, which is a lap trigger, and you can start stop. Like that. And if I just go gear change assist, that's very cool. G-force meter and torque vectoring So that shows you a good amount of information, and that's really handy. And of course, your navigation system, and your radio, and your phone. So great system, all driven by that little lever here. In here, we've got your phone system. There's no phone connected at the moment, but you can see here it does have a phone. If I go to source, you can see it has DAB radio as well as AM and FM. And the map, I confirm. I'm not going to do this while I'm driving. You can see we have a nice colour map. It's not going to show a lot of detail because we have a metal roof, and it doesn't really give an awful lot of signal on the metal roof. And of course, the all-important 6-speed manual gearbox, which is really slick. It's a very nice short gear change. It's very light. It really can be done with one finger, so it makes gear changing really nice and simple and light. You've got the sport button here, which changes the way the car delivers performance and the sensitivity of the accelerator pedal. You can stiffen up the suspension here as well, okay, depending on the kind of driving you're doing. And you can also change the exhaust note by the exhaust switch. So you have a valve inside the exhaust which opens and closes in order to, one, exit the gases faster, and two, to make it sound nicer. And then you can see here your traction control and stability control programs, which you can switch off, which of course makes it a lot more fun if you like sideways action on a track or somewhere where it's safe or legal to do so. What a fabulous car. It's not so wide and so low that you can't park it anywhere. It's not so in your face as with a lot of the other supercars that you're scared to park it anywhere. You can slide by unnoticed if you want to, but essentially, what a cracking car. And if you do like your driving and you like to drive a very analog sort of experience, this is the car. So I hope you like the car. I hope you like the video and find the video useful. If you'd like to know more about the car, please visit our website, www.bramshawebv.com. Pop us an email, drop us a text or WhatsApp, or pick up the phone and speak to us. We'd love to talk to you about it. Thanks for watching.